Alright, hi people, Chase here. I'm here to do another Masterpiece Day of Tokusou Sentai Dekaranger, the complete series from Shout Factory. Luckily, the case isn't broken. I've had this happen before, but I've seen on Twitter and a few other places that some people are getting their DVD cases damaged. I'm pretty sure that's just in transit, but yeah. DVD case is fine. I think the DVDs are fine. None of them came loose or anything, which does happen sometimes in these cases when you get them and they ship through transit, like you buy them on an online retailer. But yeah, but there are other oddities with this release, and I'll talk about them as we go through the DVD case and everything. So, yeah, so here we go with the front. Before Power Rangers, there was Super Sentai, then the Dekaranger Japanese logo, and then we get a shot of the suits from the main 5 members of the team, which this is a reuse of the SPD suits that Saban shot and gave to Shout Factory with shots of the other team suits and everything, and I think individual team members back in 2010, 2011 when they licensed the first 17 seasons of Power Rangers to Shout Factory and gave them stuff to use for materials and everything for the packaging and the bonus materials and everything. This is just a straight reuse of what they shot for SPD's DVD release. I don't necessarily mind it too much, but it's weird that this is the 14th release, I believe, or 15th. It's really weird that, actually 15th. It's really weird that, like, just now, apparently, Toei didn't have any suitable, like, photos for them to use, for them to Photoshop and put on the case, but it's not the only instance of an SPD thing being used either. Yeah, but I don't necessarily mind it that much because it is the suits. It's not like they used shots of the actors or anything, but yeah. And I kind of like the background, even though I don't understand what the hell it's supposed to be. But yeah, granted, I haven't seen Dekaranger, so at least not in full. So yeah. So yeah, and then there are screenshots of some of the episodes. These were originally, if you saw the initial product pictures for the first week or two that this was listed on Shout Factory's website, these were originally shots from SPD. This was pointed out to people at Shout Factory, mainly Brian Ward, the producer of these DVDs, and one of the people at Shout Factory, that was inaccurate, and thankfully within a week or two they replaced those shots with new ones from actual Dekaranger episodes. It's really weird though that they decided to use shots from SPD as opposed to Dekaranger. Some people were able to deduce that they were from SPD because some of them looked like they were from the American footage from SPD, so yeah, and you can easily tell because usually in American footage versus Sentai footage, when you're looking at Power Rangers, the shots that were shot for Power Rangers are generally more warm in regards to the color palette, and the everything else is basically more. The color palette's more warmer, and everything's more rich and crisp in regards to the colors. So yeah, versus Sentai, which usually has more of a not muted, but a less vibrant color palette when it comes to the footage and everything. Even when used in Power Rangers, they don't really. Outside of Wild Force, I've never seen the Power Rangers producers and editors alter the color hues and whatever of the Sentai footage to match what was it, or how they shot the American footage that much. So yeah, especially in the HD seasons where they just leave it alone. But yeah, and here it says Tokusou Sentai Dekaranger the complete series. We got the spine right here, 8 DVD set. Dekaranger logo, Super Sentai, Tokusou Sentai Dekaranger the complete series, Shout Factory, and DVD. I would compare the front of this to the front of the SPD cover, but I've put those DVDs away from eventual moving in a box. So yeah. At some point, I'll probably do a video doing it. Before Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, there was Super Sentai. I don't know why they stick with the Mighty Morphin branding, but okay. See where the worldwide phenomenon began with the original Japanese series that inspired the Power Rangers franchise. And here we go with a description of the series. We got another shot of what is supposed to be the Dekarangers, but this is also a Power Rangers exclusive shot, or was photographed specifically for the Shout Factory release of SPD on DVD, in case if they wanted to use it. I don't know, or I don't believe they did use this for the SPD DVD, but you can tell it's something that Saban did for them because it uses the same like versions of the suits and same like colors and everything. That's also a thing. The suits in the American footage are made with a material that is not as shiny, but is more like vibrant in color than is usually used in the Sentai footage. So yeah, this is another shot apparently from SPD or with the SPD versions of the suits. So yeah, again, I don't necessarily mind that they're reusing it, but but at the same time, it's like, it's really weird that Toei didn't apparently give Shout Factory the, like, any, like, promo, shots or whatever that they shot for, like, principal photography and everything for Dekaranger to use, compared to the other Sentai seasons, which did. Like, they did get shots of the Sentai versions of the suits and the actors and screenshots from the episodes and everything, which I'll get to more of that weirdness when we get into the inside of this DVD. So yeah, includes all 50 episodes, 4 more screenshots, which that kind of looks like it's from SPD, but the rest looks like it's from the Dekaranger footage. So yeah, but granted, I don't necessarily know about that one. So yeah, I just assume all 4 of these are from Dekaranger, but I could be wrong. A Shout Factory, E1, DVD, Region 1, Dolby Audio, NTSC, and everything, about 18 to 25 hours. Aspect ratio 1.33:1, Japanese Dolby Digital Stereo, English subtitles, and everything. The English subtitles are weird because apparently, like, at points, so far, people have watched some of the episodes, or at least one in particular, where it appears that the people from the company that Shout Factory hires, or I guess they probably do multiple companies, hire to translate and do the subtitles or subtitle tracks or scripts or whatever for the Sentai DVDs, lifted a term and even like a sentence or a couple sentences from a fan sub that is not nearly as accurate as other fan subs. And they used a term, triple S, I think is what it's called, that is from that fan sub that is inaccurate to what is actually being said on screen. So, yeah. It's like, Shout Factory, you guys really need to, like, be double-checking this shit. There have been, like, accusations that they've ripped off other fan sub tracks on other releases, so doesn't really bode that well. Although up until now, it hasn't really been that much of a problem or that obvious. They just reworded what was in the fan sub, so otherwise, so yeah. So here we go. For some reason, they used 2 different screenshots here rather than, like, a multitude of them, or putting the episode and disc lists right here. They just use a shot of the team, which I don't know why that's the only shot that they thought that they could use. I mean, I believe that's SPD Pink, is really obscured by the Blue Ranger, and the rest of them are just, all of them are running away from something, it looks like. So, I don't know, they're like running towards the camera, so I don't know. And then just a lone shot of SPD Red, which some people have said is a shot from, or Deca Red. So, yeah, which some people have said that that's a shot from SPD. So again, no idea how they could have easily mixed, or how they could have, like, mixed up, and put SPD shots in the packaging for this season. It really doesn't make any sense to me. It's like, really, you didn't go through some of the episodes and take some really cool screenshots from some of them, like apparently you did on the last 14 releases? That's really weird. But we get to the discs with disc 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. But from what I can tell, otherwise the subtitles are fine, and everything else is fine with this release. Even the some people have said that the transfers on these discs are actually pretty good. Whether or not they're using the original Dekaranger DVDs or if they're using downscaled versions of the Blu-ray upscales that Toei released almost 10 years ago, back in 2014 for its 10th anniversary, as well as to promote the 10th anniversary movie. Don't know, but well, yeah, doesn't really matter. Disc 1, or in the disc and episode lists, and there's behind this a shot of Deca Green fighting a foot soldier. So yeah, don't know why this disc and episode list is not there. Whatever, that just seems, it seems that they took a screenshot from one of the episodes and just stretched it out and made it transparent and everything and put a red hue over it. So overall, kind of a mixed release in regards to everything. But if you want Dekaranger on DVD and don't want to watch fan subs or want to have an official DVD release for it, I'd say for the most part go with it if you want. If it's too expensive for you, maybe wait for it to get on Amazon and get to a price that you can agree with it on. But yeah, I mainly bought this because I bought it at the same time that I pre-ordered Kamen Rider Ryuki, so I could get like free shipping and shit. So yeah. So so not much else to say when it comes to this shit. So yeah, so links description on my shit. Subscribe if you want, and I'll see you guys in the next one.